Friends, I was recently the victim of a horrible attack. While minding my own business, I was held down, stabbed multiple times with sharp implements, and had thousands of dollars taken from me. The fiend who did this shall not get away with it, which is why we must abolish the dentist. My teeth are fine. My argument rests on three pillars. First, lack of innovation. The dentist was invented in 7000 BCE, and as far as I can tell, has not had a single new idea in the intervening 9,025 years. Instead, the dentist follows a time-tested two-step strategy. Plan A, scrape the bad part out with a hook and/or drill. If that doesn't work, they move immediately to Plan B, remove the tooth with pliers. After all, how can your tooth hurt if I put it in this jar over here? At the dentist, they've tried nothing and they're all out of ideas. And this Neanderthal-ass approach is perhaps most egregious when it comes to the dentist's most sinister form, the orthodontist. What kind of sick freak must the orthodontist be to look at this child here and say, do you know what will make this 11-year-old more handsome? Moving his teeth 1/8 of 1 inch. This process will take 2 years, cost thousands of dollars, and in fact, utilize the same technology used to torture heretics in the 1500s. But don't worry, it'll all be worth it when he's an adult because his teeth will still have the exact same gap in them because he'll have lost his retainer. Do you know what the orthodontist could have done for this child that would have been free, immediate, and actually improved his appearance? Removing his fedora. And just by the way, plastic surgeons seem to have solved this time-scaling issue. All right? If you would like a butt lift, for example, the process is not to spend 3 years with string glued to your ass. In fact, no, modern medicine will have you caked up bunt style in a matter of hours, plus however long it took you to fly to and from Turkey and/or Brazil. Second, the dentist has no sense of responsibility. This is sort of a specific one, but I would just like to say that I have never once left the dentist without them making my mouth bleed, which I have to say was the exact type of shit that I was going to the dentist to try to prevent. Yet somehow, the dentist always manages to shift the blame onto me by saying that the reason that my gums are bleeding is that I'm not flossing enough. Yeah, Einstein. I'm not flossing because every time I do it, my damn gums start bleeding. Third, conflict of interest. Why is it that the only person who seems to think there's a very expensive problem with my teeth is also the only person who stands to profit handsomely from it? Friends, I'd like to tell you a story. For a long time, I practiced what I preach because I am not a hypocrite. I did not go to the dentist for 7 years. But finally, a few months ago, at the insistence of family and girlfriend, I made an appointment at the dentist. And after only a few minutes of poking around, the dentist had the temerity to tell me that I had 7 cavities. alongside 4 things that were not cavities, but were, quote, areas of concern. And then the dentist said that if I would like for them to solve the problem, then what they would like from me is $10,050. $10,050. 10,000, and to make matters worse, $50. Well, riddle me this, the dentist. If my teeth are $10,050 worth of fucked up, how come I just ate lunch? In fact, let's take a closer look at the dentist's incredibly helpful itemized bill. It cost $2,750 to get 1 porcelain crown. For $2,750, I could fly personally to the world's porcelain capital of Jingdezhen, China, spend $1,000 on porcelain, and still have $193 left over to buy soft snacks that won't hurt when I chew them. But not to worry, the dentist will make up for these costs by giving me a free toothbrush that is so shitty that the dentist doesn't recommend I use it. And if you're wondering, well, Adam, when you had the 7 cavities, did your teeth hurt? Yeah, they did. But you want to know what I did? For about 4 years, I only chewed on one side of my mouth. And you want to know what that cost? Free. Abolish the dentist, I yield my time.
So you ended up paying for it?
I did, and I regret it every day of my life.
You could afford the bill. You have a girlfriend. You ate lunch. What are we complaining about?
Andy, I would say what we're complaining about is injustice.
I don't care about that kind of stuff, Adam.
Now, this is true about me. I have veneers. I bought the teeth in my mouth. The reason I did this is because this is true. Someone on Twitter said they saw me in a commercial and my teeth looked so dead they wanted to bury me in their backyard. This is true. I did find out it was Andy who sent that tweet. So I'm just wondering,
Sure.
Adam,
Yeah.
if you think I should have just died instead.
I would say what's nice about veneers, theoretically, is now you sort of don't really have teeth, and so you don't have to deal with the dentist very much going forward.
You are right. I do not have teeth at all. Thank you.
I would say that for sort of a one-time cost, you've abolished the dentist from your life, and I support that.
Wait, you said you have a girlfriend? Got it, sorry.
So you're proposing veneers instead of actually fixing your God-given teeth. So why do you hate what God gave to you?
Yeah, I love God. Go ahead.
Brielle, I love what God gave to me. My problem is the dentist is trying to always get in there and tell me there's some big problem. I was fine before, and then the dentist got his claws in there and said that I owed him the cost of like a house in the 60s.
Interesting. Okay, so speaking of like past and time, you said that this is a not original enough practice anymore, right?
I'm saying that dentists are by and large doing the exact same thing that they did about 9,000 years ago.
Okay, so like 9,000 years ago, we were also doing things like drinking water and eating food. I know it's not super original to ingest water or to like, fuck each other or to like eat food that keeps us alive and to like get sun and build shelter and build agriculture and all of that. But is that like too boring for you?
So what I would say is that, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but new foods have been invented since 9,000 years ago. In addition to new drinks, new ways that homes could be, I'm asking the dentist to follow in these footsteps.
Okay, I slaughter a cow every evening and eat it from asshole to mouth in one sitting.
Which is how Josh prefers it.
Yes. Yes. What can I say? I like my cow thick style.
I have no problem with that.
Adam, if I saw you as that little kid with the fedora, with all the sponges behind you, I'd say, hey, little kid, go in there, go get the sponges. And I'd take that fedora off, I'd tape a phone to my chest, play the iPhone ringtone, I go straight to a train, and I blow that shit to smithereens while writing a hate comment to Jamie.
Yes, Mr. Nash.
You said riddle me this.
I did.
How could I trust the Riddler?
And that's time! Hi, I'm Chandler Dean, and thank you so much for watching this segment from my show, Abolish Everything. And that's right, there's a whole damn show. It's not just clips. In each episode, 4 different comedian-abolitionists compete to eliminate a societal scourge by audience acclaim, and the only way to see every single one of those performances is by watching the show on Nebula. Nebula is a creator-owned and operated streaming service that features early, exclusive, and original content from some of your favorite YouTubers, some of whom have appeared on the show. Ben from Jetlag the Game, Dan Toomey from Good Work, Matthew Kroll from Extra Credits and Extra History, Maggie Mae Fish from Maggie Mae Fish. You can see all of these performances and so much more by signing up for Nebula. And if you use the link nebula.tv/abolish, you can get 40% off the cost of an annual subscription. That comes out to just $3 a month. So join our radical movement, sign up for Nebula, and abolish doing anything except watching Abolish Everything.